the blinkers. But all things being equal, I think she's got a future and she should win. A bit of knowledge, got a fitness edge on most runners here, has had some recent racing, will stand her in good stead. Nagoya, absolutely glowing.
In New Zealand, Bridie Bell defeated Belfem and Rodrigo Rose got third. 83.20, 5.39 exact to 1,789, the 16.12.3 trifecta after the running of the final event, race 10 from NZ. Now,
Heading to unsettle Bold Demand, but the gates are back and they're off, and Nagoya didn't come out all that swiftly. Ice Gold came out running, so did Soak Up the Sun, and going very fast is Martique to lead. And as they settle down now, Martique shows the way from Ice Gold. Soak Up the Sun, Sansady on the rails, a length and a half to Bold Demand, one bit of knowledge. And then comes over on the inside rail Nagoya and Pentelican close up last. Not far between first and last as they go along past the 700. Martique in front from Ice Gold. Soak Up the Sun is wider out, a length and a half to Sansady on the inside of Bold Demand. A little more than a length into Nagoya, followed by a bit of knowledge on its outside, and absolute is Pentelican travelling to the bend. And Martique Munce has no hesitation in taking the hot pot, about 4 off the inside rail, and straightening Martique about a length. Ice Gold, Sansady on the inside, and then Soak Up the Sun, and Nagoya's made up many lengths right along the rails. Martique shaken along down to the 200 marker. She's a length and a half. Nagoya, Sansady, and then Bold Demand, bit of knowledge, and Soak Up the Sun's dropped off. Martique still shows the way. Nagoya in second. Posse is battling on well. Munce shakes up Martique, flying home Pentelican, but Martique will win it. Martique has beaten Pentelican. Third was Nagoya and fourth Bold Demand, followed by bit of knowledge, Sansady, Soak Up the Sun, and Ice Gold, a conspicuous last. Martique. And placings will be that way as called. By golly, Pentelican got home well, but Martique a little too strong. 3 for Gay, 3 for Chris. And a Danehill Champagne Bay filly, 3 raced and bred by Mr. R.A. Emery, and has clocked up 1 minute 10.12. 1:10.12. Martique, 3 starts, 2 wins and a second. First up since the 5th of July. And she's likely to head to Brisbane, I believe.
Martique defeated Pentelican. We'll have to get them all in the frame in a moment. We're just awaiting third and fourth. They're not there as yet, so we'll come back to those. Now, Aaron Kennedy riding very well. He rode the last winner in.
Harder, you know, but if I can be 3 wide with cover, I'll be happy with that.
Right, mate. Well, this is you coming to town, usually right at the coast where you're King there. They're 2 nice rides, aren't they?
Yeah, that's why.
Have something each way.
Probably the first one's a better one, but she's got a chance. And that's the big money race, so we'll be trying harder in that too.
The numbers are 2, 1, 4 and 8. Final Demand, he looks in fine buckle going out here. Now, the telling point here is Stathicus Cetus. I think he could have...
They're getting around to the start for the running of race 4. It's been a good betting race. What have you settled on here, Alf?
Chris, simply because it looked terrific in the yard. I didn't have it on top this morning, but it looks awesome. Number 4, Buffed. First up, does look absolutely enormous. Put it on top, ahead of number 6, which is Amber Shimmer. As I mentioned earlier, pretty much one-dimensional sort of horse, but it's got good soft track form and again looked very well. Number 7, Jester Red. Got his act together again last start. Looked okay winning. Moonee Valley form is satisfactory. And I've also included number 11, Kaluka, with the blinkers on. Again.
They're set now for race 4. Racing. Buffed began well out wide. Now Solid as a Rock met some trouble and dropped right out to last at the start. And Kaluka drives up on the inside and heads Buffed early. Amber Shimmer retaining the fence, and Stat settles down fourth. A length and a half to Neo Jester's Red. 3 lengths to Vainsky, followed then by Fine Ovens. And Solid as a Rock after that awkward beginning as last of all. But they're strung out. The speed's on, and the leader Kaluka by 3/4. Buffed is second. Amber Shimmer third. Stat to neck away fourth. 2 lengths further back is Neo Jester's Red. Then Solid as a Rock taken around the outside of Vainsky, and Fine Omens last. Kaluka leads Buffed, and Stat wider out coming around the turn. Amber Shimmer needs a run, and then trail Jester's Red and Neo, and the rest are headed by Solid as a Rock and Vainsky. Buffed went to the lead round the turn. A Stat down the outside. Jester's Red is running on. Amber Shimmer and Neo's getting a run through. Buffed tackled by Jester's Red and Neo. Jester's Red is going home the best. Amber Shimmer finishes well the inside, but Jester's Red wins it by a length. 14th Amber Shimmer. Neo grabbed third just in front of Buffed and Stat. And next to finish in the race then was Vansky, followed then by Fine Omens. And at the end of the field, Kaluka, who dropped right out of it. And one of the last in fact, last he'll be, was Solid as a Rock. Justice Red has got the money, number 7, ridden by Brett Preble for Grant Dalziel. Brett heading to ride in the QE2 Cup at Sha Tin in Hong Kong tomorrow. Must be catching a night flight. And Justice Red sitting just off the pace, devouring the line. Very strong finishing run to win. Coming wide around them for much of the journey. It's probably where we're going to see them from now through. Amber Shimmer battled well in second, and Neo gets the third, number 2. 6.10, 2.10 Justice Red, 1.70 Amber Shimmer, and $2 for Neo. They plonked on Solid as a Rock, but he got tightened and dropped out to last at the start. Just might not have handled the ground anyway because he never really came into it. Fourth home, number 4, Buffed. Just weakening on his run after sitting on the pace all of the way outside Kaluka. He led.
Thanks, Greg. Yep, Buffed running fourth, but Justice Red defeats Plate over the 2400. Roman Arch is the favourite in front of La Rocha, but let's get the late mail now from Cherie Buki. Late coming up, Roman Arch the favourite just in front of La Roca or La Rocha. It's at 4.20 now. Support for Pipkin and Lord Erin, and full spec at 9.70. Hard to get at 8. Terrific betting race this, and some money too for Golden Shoe. It's at $13. Now there's a riding change.
A little bit toey in the gates, wants to lay away from the barrier attendant. Oh, he wants to really get his head loose. Racing, he missed the kick, Roman Arch, and bumped La Rocha coming out. Lord Erin by design switching off heels at the back. And going back also full spec. Pressing on, Woodcut comes across from wide out to be one of the leaders with Dark Banner, and over on the inside Exalted Time. Up there in the early part, running fourth and about 3 lengths off the lead is Golden Shoe. Pipkin on the inside of La Rocha. McBeal was racing 3 wide. Deck the Dolphin in the centre and Roman Arch on the inside. Hard to get 3 deep with Cover, followed by full spec William of Oz, Lord Erin, and last is Belton as they head out of the straight. 1900 metres to go, and Dark Banner goes up to take the lead now from Woodcut, leaving Exalted Time third and parked. Still giving a nice trail to Golden Shoe. Pipkin on the inside, and McBeal's covering ground 3 deep from La Rocha, Roman Arch, and hard to get 3 wide with Cover moving into it. Being followed as they come by the 1600 metres, Deck the Dolphin from full spec, then William of Oz, Lord Erin on the inside, and Belton sees them all. They head into the back straight. 14.50 left. It's Dark Banner by a half length. Exalted Time. 1.5 McBeal, who's been able to slot in on the outside of Woodcut, and 2 lengths to Golden Shoe. 3/4 Pipkin and a half away La Rocha. Hard to get now, posted 3 deep around Roman Arch and full spec on the rails, and 2 lengths away came Deck the Dolphin on the outside of Lord Erin from William of Oz, and last is Belton. 1100 metres to go. They leave the back part of the course, and it's Dark Banner. He's had a charmed run since he found the lead. 3/4 Exalted Time, who's left him alone. Third Woodcut, fourth McBeal from Pipkin on the inside of Golden Shoe, and now moving around the outside. There's Deck the Dolphin taking off at the 1000, goes quickly from hard to get. La Rocha in the centre, William of Oz full spec, Roman Arch, Lord Erin, and still last is Belton. 700 metres to go. Deck the Dolphin went fast, but the leading pair responded. It's Dark Banner on the inside, still about a head in front of Exalted Time, and Deck the Dolphin 3 wide. Golden Shoe's been patiently ridden, comes out 4 deep from McBeal. Woodcut, hard to get, is still there, taking off now Lord Erin. La Rocha behind a wall of horses coming to the turn with full spec. Pipkin and Belton sneaking home on the rails. Around the turn in the Rain Lover, Exalted Time and Dark Banner, they respond. Belton's come from last, hugged the rails, got a beautiful run and raced up and took the lead. Belton from Exalted Time. Pipkin tries to run on, deeper out, hard to get with Lord Erin and Roman Arch. Belton in front of Exalted Time, then Woodcut. You'll go a long way to see a better ride than this. Belton won it by a length. What a performance. Second Exalted Time, a length and a half. Pipkin third. Fourth, I think, Woodcut. Where are the backmarkers? They didn't come on. La Rocha, McBeal, Roman Arch and Lord Erin, followed by full spec, and further back to Deck the Dolphin, hard to get. Then Dark Banner, Golden Shoe, William of Oz. There was one backmarker, the last horse. It won the race, Belton, in 2:32.58.
Yeah, lovely run through. Thanks, Hilton. Belton, 81.30 and 16.60. Jay Maund, very good ride. Exalted Time at huge odds second. So big exotics. Pipkin third, 9.10.2. and possibly Woodcut for fourth, but we'll confirm that in a moment. But pretty rough result for punters there in the fourth event. I can see the NSW trifecta. It's over 15 grand. Magic passed the favourite Ascot at 380, 430 Miss Polygraph, Tribula at 610. She's captivating in the market with Corporate Kate. And then Island View at 12. Moonfire and Street Jester are given chances too. So the first at Ascot with some very good racing coming up. Wow, look at those divs there on 9, 10 and 2. 33,778 Unitab, over 15,000 NSW, over 19,000 on Supertab. Some very big divs at Chop. Now at Randwick, we're about to get the late mail on the 5th with Ron Dufficy.
Race 5 here, Randwick. The numbers are 2, 1, 6 and 3. Look, he's a finely tuned little racehorse, Francois. There's not much of him, and he looks ready after such a long time.
They're off. Jumped in a perfect line. Charlie Won't just leads Francois on settling. Travis Star and Strawberry Spire both improving their positions. Followed on the inside next by Larceny, 2.5 to Zum, and then Costa Gem, and immediately dropping out to last. No Tracks. They head onto the course proper. Charlie Won't, obviously the rider keen to lead, and will do so a length on Travis Star. Strawberry Spire next, and then Francois a trifle wide over Larceny. Zum, it's pulling a bit. Zum on its inside. Costa Gem, and 2 lengths to No Tracks. Few of these racing wide as they leave the 700 pole behind them, and Charlie Won't, the leader. Travis Star sitting at its quarters. The grey Strawberry Spy pulling on the outside of Larceny. Francois and Zum very deep, but improving very quickly now for J.A. Cassidy, followed by No Tracks on the inside of Costa Gem. Travelling around the home corner, and Charlie Won't, the leader. About a length or so, Travis Star, Zum, followed by Larceny, Strawberry Spy. Francois got back to third last in the stretch, and coming down to the 250, and Charlie Won't a length and a half on Zum. Francois would need to shake a leg on the inside. Larceny, then Strawberry Spy, who's struggling. Charlie Won't taken on and headed by Zum. Zum about a half head. Charlie Won't clear of Francois. Zum holding Charlie Won't. Francois getting home late, all too late, and it's Zum from Charlie Won't and Francois, followed in by No Tracks, and then Strawberry Spy, Larceny, Costa Gem, and Travis Star brought up the rear. He liked Randwick, and he covered plenty of ground, but that may be not all that disadvantageous today, particularly in the home straight. Number 5, Zum, Jimmy Cassidy for Mike Petrovic. And he's won a race here at Randwick. He's by Zedative from Summery, a 4-year-old chestnut gelding, and as I say, trained by Mike Petrovic at Queanbeyan. Francois got home late, dropped out to third last as they straightened up. Charlie Won't battled on well after making play. So the numbers will be up in just a moment. 5, Zum will be first, start number 20 and win 2. Second will go to 3, Charlie Won't, and third will be 2, Francois. And there they are now. 5, 3 and 2. The runner-up by Carry the Crown from Princesco, Luke Griffith at Scone, and Francois by Celtic Swing from Corset. Kev Moses, Rod Quinn for the pick 4, number 7, No Tracks, Leanne Olsen, and 40 cents.
At 130.70 the trifecta of 5, 3 and 2, and the first 4, 5, 3, 2 and 7, $656. $656 after the running of race 5 at Randwick. First leg of the quaddie, number 5, Zum. Doomben. This is another very good...
Plenty of interest. I've gone this way. 3, 4, 2, 1. Thanks, Chris.
All right, thanks, Larry. Now we're showing you the Donald Cup coming up, the feature event at Warwick, Nabil. And these runners are getting set with Zadimbi at 380, the favourite. Zip Infatuation 430. Longmire and Valley of Kings next best. Okay, they're almost set. Let's head to Rick McIntosh now for the Donald Cup at Warwick, Nabil.
$3.60 Zadimbi. 4.30 Zip Infatuation, and 6.20 for Longmire, who looks like he might be the last one in. Here he comes. Starter is on his platform as Longmire goes into line, and they're ready to go for the feature of the day. Racing now. Starter caught them in a beaut line. Start Me Up a little slow. Our Harvest Time the inside, being headed by Zadimbi, who's got the head in front. Rose Royce is working up out 3 wide, 4 wide, Scenic Glow. Longmire going forward but can't get in at the moment around the outside of El Capaldo. Then Start Me Up, followed by Paul. 2 lengths away in the field was Zip Infatuation, followed a length further back by Valley of Kings, and something went wrong with Crown Largo. It's 15 lengths off. At the rear of the field, it's missed the start hopelessly as they go into the back. 1,100 metres out, and Rose Royce takes it up the lead by 3 parts Scenic Glow. 2 away in third place was the veteran Our Harvest Time, getting a good run on the inside of the favourite Zadimbi. Longmire was next in the race. He's a length away, but tracking a little bit deep around El Capaldo. Start Me Up is over on the rails from Zip Infatuation, who comes out 3 deep to track Longmire. Then Valley of Kings, Paul, and 3 lengths away was Crown Largo at the rear of the field. To the side of the course they go. In the Wimmera Party High Donald Cup, and it is Rose Royce by 3 parts of a length. Scenic Glow, 600 metres to go. On the outside, Zadimbi is 3 wide and 4 wide. Longmire, they go up to put the pressure on. Our Harvest Time behind them, then Valley of Kings and Zip Infatuation waiting his turn, followed next in the race then by Paul. On the inside was El Capaldo, and Forget Start Me Up and Crown Largo. It's on in earnest, 300 metres to go. Longmire's worked like the devil, but he hit the lead on the turn. Rose Royce coming again. Zadimbi trying hard. Zip Infatuation down the outside. It's Longmire. He hit the lead, Longmire. He's got the Donald Cup one. Zip Infatuation finishing it off, but Longmire in front. Longmire a length, Zip Infatuation. Zadimbi third, followed close up by Our Harvest Time, Valley of Kings. Then El Capaldo, followed by Rose Royce. Further back to Scenic Glow, Paul and Crown Largo whipped them in.
Nice win in the Donald Cup to Longmire. Dean Yendall there at Warwick Nabil, and it won well over Zip Infatuation, Zadimbi, and possibly for Fuller's at 760. Choreograph 7, Support for Off to See, and Beach Box is at 460. It might be the favourite. No, Holding is just at $4. So they're the main hopes here for this 5th event on the card. Holding is one of the... There's the first 4, Warwick Nabil, 295.90 on 631 at 8. 295.90 at Warwick Nabil, that first 4. Longmire was the winner, Dean Yendall. And you saw the Randwick Divs with correct weight there.
Bomber's nearly doubled his opening quote. In fact, he has doubled his opening quote on track. And Choreograph is about half the price of Bomber Bill on track. Now, Call Me Sid about to come in. He missed the start completely at Caulfield last time out. Purple Groove coming along into the line. Coming off a long spell. It's been set for the Goodwood. Wet tracker help, but just might find these a little nippy here today. There's Ghost Party, very good wet tracker. This is Azevedo in the red, white and black colours coming in now. He missed the start but ran on very well at Sandown. Goes in, so the field is nearly ready. Ghost Party the one to move in. First leg of the quaddie was won by Jester's Red for Brett Privel. Brett's on the solidly supported favourite. It's nearly $1 shorter on track now than the tote. So you've got good value for Holding. They're set. He's in blue colours and a red cap. Oh, now one Choreograph has stirred up in the gates. Settles now. Light continues to blink away. The line looks okay this time. 1,000 metres. All clear now, they're off. Beau Gallant, the one that was slow. Beach Box got away very fast on the inside, and so too in the early stages of the race, Bomber Bill and also Captain Clipper, but Beach Box leads from Captain Clipper. Winning Blind moved up swiftly on the outside to 3rd, and Call Me Sitters 4th, and they're trailed closely in the field then by moving up, Holding over on the outside, and also Ghost Party just ahead of him as they go through the gap. Next, Choreograph right behind the speed on the inside. Beau Gallant is being followed by Bomber Bill, Panorama Heights, and then off to see Purple Groove and Azevedo. Winning Blind out wide is going up to join Beach Box, who's on the rails, and Captain Clipper in the centre. A length and a half, Choreograph needing an out from behind the leader, and then Ghost Party, Call Me Sid. Holding's about 7 or 8 lengths away from them. Beach Box and Captain Clipper lead from Choreograph, who's in the clear, and here he comes. Holding is running on, but now Choreograph got to Beach Box and Captain Clipper. Holding making ground, but Choreograph just sprints away, and that's a very easy win for Choreograph by 2 lengths to holding. Captain Clipper a half head away third. Beach Box on the rails fourth. Purple Groove made some nice ground. Call Me Sid, Bo Gallen followed Ghost Party Azevedo. Next to finish on the race was back behind them. Bomberbill never came into it on the wet ground today, and then Panorama Heights followed by Winning Blind and Off to Sea as a long last. Well, he was just box seating and bolting at the home turn. It was a matter of if he got a run. Nikolic ensured that happened early in the straight, and he has won with consummate ease, this horse. Number 3, Choreograph, ridden by Danny Nikolic, trained by Robert Smurden in 60.2 seconds. Second placing going to number 10, Holding, Brett Preble, who's made up a lot of ground in the run home. And third, number 6, Captain Clipper, who shared the pace outside Beach Box, and he's held on for that third position, and fourth in is Beach Box. So numbers are 3, 10, 6 and 7. 3, 10, 6 and 7. Choreograph coming off a spell here. He's been set for the Goodwood too, and he'll improve on that run, no doubt. And especially when he gets on firmer surfaces. He's managed to handle this ground here today without any problem whatsoever.
Thanks, Greg. Yeah, nice win, wasn't it? Choreograph. Dan Nikolic perfectly ridden. Holding and Captain Clipper, and Beach Box for fourth. And $502 will be that trifecta after the running of race number 5 on the card this afternoon from Moonee Valley. Choreograph, too good for them. So we see it clearly win the Fly Stake.